Hey, are you thinking about starting a cleaning business, but you have no idea where to start? In this video, I'm going to give you guys the breakdown of everything you'll need to know before you start your cleaning business. So before you do anything, listen to this video all the way to the end because I'm giving you guys my entire process to get your business up and running in 2024. Okay. So before you guys we get started, my name is Jasmine Tate and I am a cleaning business coach. I teach people, entrepreneurs, business owners how to start a cleaning business without them never, ever touching a mop, broom, bucket, or anything, okay? But we're going to be going over like everything you need to know before you start your cleaning business. A lot of people come to me maybe like in the very beginning phases and they're like, yo, Jazz, I just got my LLC. Like, I'm about to start my cleaning company. What do I need to do next, okay? But I want to talk to you guys about some important steps that you need to do even before you get your LLC. Okay. So listen up. All right. Now, one thing is I want you guys to understand the demand for the market. It is very important that you do the market research, right? We're not creating another side hustle. We are trying to build legacy wealth, something that we can pass down, right? So we want to make sure that we are positioning our company for profit, that we're actually putting it in the best optimized area to make the most money, and that has a high demand. So many times we like this area, so we plop it there without really taking heed to see like, is this a good profitable area? Is this a high demand area? Is this a growth area, right? So please don't forget to do the market research. You need to identify who are you serving. Okay. Are you focusing on residential? Are you focusing on moving and move out cleaning? Maybe commercial, deep cleaning, green cleaning? Are you in an area to where individuals are very eco-friendly or eco-conscious? Or you're in an area to where it's like ozone who? Right? So you have to make sure that you know all of these things. One of my favorite things that I like to do is look at the competitors market. Now, I do not believe that there is real competition to where a market is oversaturated. Okay. I am my own competition. I must beat myself daily by showing up consistently. So don't get overwhelmed when you see and you start searching in your area and you see all these companies and you start thinking like, oh my God, I cannot do this. There's so many companies already here. If anything, to me, that's really a validation that this is the right market. Like my company needs to be here. Okay. I was doing some research in Texas because Texas is growing like crazy. I'm here in Texas and I read this post, goodness, I forgot who was written by, but it said that it would take 700 years for Texas to use up all of their land. And it's crazy because I feel like every time I'm driving into Dallas, I see like new developments and new homes and new condos and new apartments being built and new companies are coming to Texas every single day. And I'm like, but they're saying 700 years. Can you imagine the growth that is coming? Okay. So I like to look and see like, what is the growth coming? Okay. I also want to use household income. I was looking at another map, another research, and it was talking about what are household incomes that families would need to live comfortably now in 2024. Okay. And it said that Texas, you have to make $211,000 a year. North Carolina, I think it was like a 204. California was like 277. New York, it was like 310. So it's giving you these numbers, right? So you want to make sure that you can identify your market by making sure that they can afford your services, because you don't want to be the cheapest service in town. You don't want to be the most expensive. You want to make sure that you know the market pricing. So what I like to do is once I've identified where I'm going to put my company, at that time is where I will then start searching up companies that are offering services similar to mine and looking up their price points, right? Trying to get an average and figure out what is the average market price in this area to charge for our cleaning services. All right. So you have to know the demand and understand where you're going to put your company. Then you want to do your pricing research to know that, to make sure that you're not undercharging your services or overcharging. Doesn't help or hurt nothing. Okay. Next is then we get to the license permits, because what if you did your market research, you buy your LLC and you're like, boom, check, it's done, baby. And then you realize that the area that you purchased your LLC or the county that you got your business license or DBA in is not as profitable. Right? What I love about Dallas is so big. There's so many big areas that I can launch a company in. Houston's market and demand is insane. Austin, insane. Dallas and parts of North Dallas, insane. But let's say I purchased my LLC or my, got my business situated in another area, and I later realized I could have put it here, but you're kind of already locked in, right? LLC is statewide, so you have some flexibility, but maybe you didn't want to do Texas. Maybe you wanted to put it in Las Vegas. Maybe you wanted to put it in the Carolinas. Maybe you want to put it back in California. Okay, so do the research first, then you get your business your foundation build out. Now, the foundation part is important. This is not the last thing. This is the first thing, because you can't build a business on something that's not solid. It's going to crumble. It's going to fall. You need to build it on something solid. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have your business LLC, license, DBA, assumed name, whatever it's called in your area, but also know that you don't have to start with an LLC. Okay, LLCs are cute. They serve a major purpose and they are very beneficial, but you don't necessarily have to start with an LLC. Examine your budget, examine the amount of funds you have to work with, because I would much rather you utilize your funds to invest in some marketing, some lead generation, some paid lead generation, than putting it all up front on your business expenses with your LLC. Okay, and then you want to make sure that you get your domain. Right? Secure your domain. And if you have a nice name that's really long, you find a way to shorten it. Okay. Abbreviate it, put the word book in front of it, do something so that way it's not super long. All right. So get your domain, your business phone number. I like to use a company called OpenPhone. I've been with OpenPhone for a very long time. It's been over like 7 years now. Okay. So OpenPhone is a great virtual phone number platform that you can use. You put it on your phone. You can be able to distinguish the difference of personal calls coming in and business calls. Have your cleaners have the business number. Your clients have the business number. Right? And then you want to make sure that you have your email. I am a Google girl all the way. I'll make sure to drop some links inside inside the comments for you guys as well. Get you guys a professional business email. Okay. Get a professional business email, not the bestmaids at gmail.com. I love you, boo. I do. I see you watching. I may be talking about you, but if this finds you, then yes, I'm talking about you. You guys can literally get a business email address with Google for only $6 a month. Okay. I make sure to put the link down so that way you guys can get this, because you want to make sure that you are professionally set up. Okay. So no Google email address, business email addresses. Okay. So we have your phone number, your domain, your phone number, domain, and email. Okay. Get you a business software platform that's going to manage all your cleanings, your clients, your cleaners. I like to use a platform called Booking Koala. There's some other ones out there as well. But you want to make sure that you have all your systems and platforms set up. To be honest, the daily expenses or the monthly expenses to run this business is really not a lot. Okay. I was talking with the client on the other day, and we were trying to go over those basic expenses. And I think we rounded it up to about $200 a month. That is for Booking Koala, email, phone number. She did have an additional CRM as well. But of course, the phone has to ring while I'm doing a video, but we'll send them to voicemail. Okay. So the business expenses are not that much. All right. And then you have to make sure that you're planning for sales. Now, I know that I talk a lot about in my videos how you can start this business with little to nothing or to nothing. And that is completely possible. This is not to say that that's not the case no more, because it totally is. It's either you're going to put in the sweat equity or you're going to put in some money equity. Okay. So either or are good, valuable options, and you can start with both. Okay. I started with no money or very, very little money. Okay. So of course there is an advantage if you have funds, because that way you can put those funds into your lead generations, your paid lead generation options, and you can be able to get an increase of leads at a faster pace than maybe somebody that may not. But look here, I've seen some hustlers. Look, I've seen some hustlers outdo a big budget. Okay. So don't get me wrong. If you got the grit and the fight and the tenacity and you're like, yo, Jazz, like I'm in this, like I'm not going or doing nothing but this, I'm focused. Okay. I've seen it happen. Okay. Like with my own two eyes. Okay. So you want to be prepared for which option you're going to take. Are you going to take the freeway to where you're going to utilize your inner circle and contact any and everybody, put all pride aside, contact any and everybody in your email list, your phone list, your text messages, all your social media platforms, and let everybody know that I'm opening and starting my own cleaning business, and I want to service you guys first. I want to serve you first. And maybe if you don't need a cleaning service, that's okay. That's fine. I get it. You clean your own house. Okay, cool. But maybe you know somebody that needs somebody like me to clean their house. Put us together, connect us. Okay. So you can completely do that as well. Of course, you can reach out to real estate agents, real estate brokers, property management companies, moving companies, handyman, right? A lot of different other ways to partner with some other people in our market that needs our services as well. I'm actually working on a separate training just for that, because that is a vital piece that you could use to leverage and scale your business as well. Okay. But if you are planning, if you're like, well, how much do I need if I want to do the paid route? How much should I invest if I want to do the lead generation? Now, there is no true minimum. I believe if you're planning to start with a platform like Thumbtack, which your girl is going to recommend. Okay. There is a minimum of $35 lead budget. Now, a good starter healthy budget, okay, would be if you can start anywhere with like $500 to $1,000 a month within your first, with producing leads, okay? But I have seen people start with less. Just know that if you start with less, you may get less leads. That's okay. Run the play, get the jobs, take the profit, put it back in, okay? Bootstrap your way on up. All right. Next, you want to make sure that your insurance, you have business insurance. You want to make sure that you have business insurance, and you want to make sure that your cleaners have business insurance. I like to use a platform called Next to do our business insurance. Of course, this rate can vary with location and all that good stuff. But I will put a link so that way you can contact them and you can get a quote to figure out, like what your monthly would look like for that coverage. Because you want to make sure that if by chance, I don't care how much experience, Miss Betty has, okay? She can be like, yo, I've been cleaning before you was born. I am so glad you're on my team, Miss Betty. Like, I need you, okay? But accidents are not called accidents for a reason, okay? Accidents are just accidents, right? So if she accidentally spills some bleach on a red Persian rug, we don't need our clients coming to sue us, right? We need to make sure that they're like, well, you know what, Miss Betty, she is amazing, but accidents happen and we have the coverage and protection when them accidents happen, because they're going to happen. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have business insurance and that your cleaners have business insurance. Now, hiring. One thing that I said in the very beginning of this video is that I am a cleaning business coach that teaches people how to start a cleaning business without them never having to touch a mop or a broom. I love being able to partner and find cleaners that are already in the business. Okay. I love working with 1099 contractors that can provide cleaning services for our in-house clients. We partner together. These are individuals that maybe clean on the side, or maybe they have a business, but they need a increase of clients or consistent clients. And I need somebody to provide excellent services for our clients. So it's a win-win, right? We run this referral-based agency model business. I find through our marketing efforts, I just shared what those are, right? Through our marketing efforts, we find our ideal client because we've done the research. We know what to charge. We know where to place our company. Okay. We know what platforms to use for marketing. Okay. You have your Thumbtack, your Google. Google has 3 different ways to get leads: Google LSA, Google Business Profile, or Google Ads. Okay. Yelp. Y'all know about Yelp, but Yelp is an honorable mention because Yelp is always going to be Yelp. You just have to, pay your dues to actually get seen by Yelpers, and that's just by getting reviews. I recommend not paying for any reviews on Yelp until you have at least 8 to 9 reviews that have stuck. Good reviews that have stuck. Okay. So we know where to find our clients. We just need reliable, dependable, excellent cleaners to provide cleaning services for our clients. Okay. So we find our clients, we find our cleaners, we marry them together. We charge our clients a service fee. We pay our cleaners a percentage of that fee, and we collect the difference. How good of a setup is that? Right? How good of a setup is that? And y'all, for those of you like, yo, Jazz, this is too good to be true. Baby, I didn't invent this. I did not invent this. I mean, I wish I would have invented this, that I was first to the game, but I'm not. So I'm like, why reinvent the wheel? You know how many companies utilize the same structure, y'all? Okay. So we're just leveraging the same structure. Okay. So I love to find cleaners. You can do your traditional route through job boards and job ads and Indeed. Okay. Indeed has a free way you can find applicants, and they have a paid way where you can get your job ad to become a sponsored job ad to get more eyes and views on your ad. Okay. And then I really love Craigslist. My favorite is Craigslist, Facebook groups, and Facebook Marketplace. There's a couple honorable mention ones that you can use, which is Nextdoor and Yelp and Thumbtack and Google. The process looks a little different than it would on Craigslist, but I really love finding cleaners on Craigslist because these are individuals that's advertising their cleaning services, looking for cleaning clients on Craigslist. Like, yo, boo, I got the clients. Come on, Miss Betty. I got the clients. Come on down, okay? Come partner with me, but I want to make sure that they meet my requirements because I understand that the scalability of my company, it doesn't start when I put my first dollar on Thumbtack and setting up my leads. It doesn't even start when I'm setting up and creating my website. It starts in the hiring, right? Because the goal for a residential cleaning business is to get reoccurring clients, to get that reoccurring revenue, right? To get that dependable coins coming in, that expected coins coming in, right? So that's the hardest part about entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is like not knowing when and where the next dollar is going to come from. That's why I love the cleaning business so much, because you can build it up to get reoccurring revenue to where now you kind of know what's expected to come. Okay. So I understand that the goal is to get a reoccurring client, but I also know that in order for them to become a reoccurring client, to come back to our services and pay us again, they got to love the first time. The first experience has to be so good that they're hooked, that they're like, yo, I ain't never got to clean my house ever again. Miss Betty comes and takes care of it. So good. I just got to maintain, keep this up, do this, right? And I know she's going to come in here and make this spick and span all over again for me. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have your set cleaner requirements. I require that our cleaners have no less than 3 years of experience. Okay. They must have their own transportation, not their mama car, not their granddaddy car, not their boyfriend car. Okay. Their own transportation. Now I understand cities might be different and they may be on the Uber. If they can be reliable and dependable and get there on time, that's cool. And then they also must have their own supplies and own equipment. Now listen here, y'all. This is my little disclaimer. Okay. Please check your local, state, area, county for your guys' 1099 contractor laws, because different states and areas are different. Different. Okay, I did some research for the state of Washington. I was like, what? Say what? Y'all make them do what? It's not bad. It's nothing you cannot work around, but it was just something that I did not know, right? I didn't have to know it until we worked with a client one-on-one. I was like, okay, we got to figure this out. We got to figure this out, right? So make sure you guys do your due diligence, all right, and find out what are you guys' requirements to work with 1099 contractors in your local, state, county area, okay? So have their own supplies, equipment, must have 2 years of experience, must be able to provide their insurance, have to have insurance. And then also if you want to run a background check in an approved state, have them run a background check. Okay. And so those are the things, like those are the foundational things that you guys would need to know to have in place to set up your cleaning business. Okay. Focus on the structure, focus on the systems, focus on making sure that the foundation is set right. Don't just hop straight to the logo. Okay, but I don't care if your 6-year-old drew your logo with a broken crayon or eyebrow pencil. Okay, don't focus so much on the vanity of the business in the beginning, because a lot of that things will change. Because when you get a budget and you're able to hire a company to like redo your full website, to do your logo and all the things, right? Like, don't worry about the vanity. Worry about the structure, the system, the relationships, and figuring out sales, right? Because there's a lot of key points to sales, because the goal is to, when those leads come in, is to close those leads. So there's some points that you want to make sure that you're doing to close those leads. Okay. And I'm about to get into another conversation, so I'm going to have to just pause it before I get into and I tap into another video. But that is definitely one of my favorite things to talk about is sales, because yes, we are in this service industry, a local service-based business, but y'all, we're an entrepreneur. We're a business. All business has sales. Okay. So I'm excited to talk about that topic at a later time, you guys. But this has been a really good discussion. So that way, for those that are in the midst of starting your cleaning business, if you need a pause and rewind and listen to those points again and get a pen and paper and write those points and those steps out again, go ahead and do so. But that is your guys' plan and structure and everything you need to know before you start your cleaning business in 2024. Okay. So you guys, make sure that you guys like this video, subscribe to this video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Send us an email, join our Facebook group community, which is super, super dope. And if you're needing even more structured guidance or some help, we have an upcoming master workshop. Okay. In this master workshop, I go over everything that I just talked about, of course, in great more detail. It's a 2-day live virtual event where you're able to come, learn, ask all the questions, get all the assistance, and also get some amazing resources. Okay. So I'll make sure to put that link in the little comment thing below as well. So that way you guys can register for the next upcoming master workshop. Those things sell out really, really fast. So if you're watching this video, click the link, get to it, and I'll see y'all in class. Okay. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, and get your business launched. See y'all next time.